right, welcome back to another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. As always, it's Adam, Chris, and Keith. We're going to jump into some early predictions for the Pac-12 and how we feel the Pac-12 is going to go this year in college football. But before we do that, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. It's free to you, helps us out a lot, helps us grow the family. We're on the push for 300. To all of those of you who are already subscribed, we love you, appreciate everything that you guys do. And make sure you're dropping some comments and some likes on the videos. That way the videos get more popular and get out there for more people to see. So like I said, we're going to jump into our predictions for the Pac-12. Last year, USC won.
No, Utah won.
Utah won, that's right. It came down to USC and they beat them. Yeah, because they beat them twice.
They beat them twice.
Yeah.
They absolutely spanked them.
They spanked them. Yeah, that's true.
Championship game.
So, and this is actually the last year that USC and UCLA are going to be in the Pac-12, correct? They're going to be moving to the Big 12, Big 10 next year?
2025, I think.
Oh, it was a little year out? Okay.
Yeah, I think 24 is the last year for them.
I thought they made that deal a little bit faster since they were speeding up the SEC deal.
I actually could be wrong. I need to look at that real quick while you're talking.
But yeah, so obviously, you know, your big front runners in the Pac-12 are gonna be USC, Oregon, and Utah. I mean, they're the three probably biggest teams in that conference that have the best chance.
You left out the biggest team of them all, Colorado.
Prime
time won't get it done.
Coach Prime, yeah. Coach Prime's also sitting dead last in odds to win that.
I was going to say, I'm going to roll this up and we're going to take guesses at where they are on the odds sheet. So, you were correct, though. I'm sorry. It is August of 24. They will officially be in the Big Ten. So they'll play football in the Big Ten season.
I thought it was the same timeline as what the SEC was doing with Oklahoma, which we'll get to in another video. Yeah. Oklahoma and Texas moving into the SEC. So, but yeah, so obviously your biggest names are USC, Oregon, Utah. Washington had a really good year last year. They are returning Michael Pendrix.
They are.
So I mean that's a huge plus for them. USC is returning Caleb Williams.
Utah is returning Cameron Rising.
Yeah, so that's I asked that earlier. So that's huge for Utah.
They lost.
Oregon's got Bo Nix another year.
Yep, Oregon's got Bo Nix, and now UCLA will be without Dorian Thompson-Robinson. That's probably the most prominent quarterback
that
left the conference.
Yeah.
But they still have Chip Kelly's out there still, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, but Utah was Kincaid Utah's biggest receiver.
That was the tight end.
Yeah, but was he like their prime receiver?
He was their go-to.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he the number one target?
Yes.
Yes.
So I mean,
Travis Kelce.
You might be getting Cameron Rising back, but you lost your number one target.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a quick peek at Utah.
What was his receptions last year?
70
for 890.
Yeah, 8 touchdowns. I wonder if their number one receiver.
He's back.
Yeah, so Devon
Bailey,
however you say it. 6'5", 205. That's a large receiver.
But I mean,
big guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, you lost your
number one target.
Yeah. By 20 catches and almost 200 yards.
Yeah. Let's see
you return your top two running backs.
Well. So
okay. So I mean that's good to get your top receiver, your top two running backs, and your top quarterback back.
Yeah.
USC did lose a couple big pieces at receiver, but they gained a couple things. They did go out and get Marshawn Lloyd from South Carolina, who could be a boom or bust for them. Most likely a bust, just because we've watched him the last 3 years. But Washington with Pendrix is still going to look good. Oregon with Bo Nix is going to look good. I mean, they came on strong towards the end of the year last year. Well, after that embarrassing loss to Georgia, they were strong, and they kind of fell off towards the end of the year, I guess. But
yeah, I'm gonna say something crazy here. I think this is the year we finally see another Pac-12 team make the playoffs. Like, I think this is the year that finally the Pac-12 puts it, because this is going to be a competitive bunch. They had a good season as a conference last year. 6 of their 14 teams, 6 of their 12 made the top. Well,
top 25.
Made top 25 at the end of the season. Yeah, so they actually had another team. Washington State made a bowl game as well. So 7 of their 12 ultimately made a bowl game, and then 6 of them finished in the top 25. So I like their chances. I mean, 6 teams with 10 wins last year? 5 teams with 10 wins last year?
Yeah.
So I like their chances. I'll actually break down the odds for you guys, so we got a little prediction update of it. So USC is the favorite at plus 180. Oregon a close second at 325. Washington 350. Utah 500. Oregon State at 900, UCLA 1,200, and then
Dallas.
then it starts to really break down. Actually, Colorado not the worst. Stanford is the worst to win the conference. So
That's surprising because Stanford last year was one of those like teams everybody was like, oh, they can destroy anybody, or they can really go in and destroy somebody's season
yeah.
any week.
Yeah, well, Stanford went 1-8 in conference and 3-9 overall.
I know, I owned them last year.
With a quarterback that got drafted this year. Think about how bad they were. So Tanner McKee gone from Stanford, but so Arizona State second worst. No surprise there. I don't think by a whole lot.
But yeah, because they lost like 80% of their team.
Everybody.
And when Herm Edwards got the boot on the sidelines after game 4,
Yeah.
they lost like 80% of their team.
And then Colorado coming in, but then California, Arizona, Washington State, all not great odds, or not big money odds, but not good chances of winning it as well.
So since you're looking at the odds here, before we get into who we think is going to win, what's your over under on Colorado winning three conference games?
3 conference games?
They went 1-8 last year.
So you're saying 2.5 is the line?
Okay, yeah.
Or do you want to set it at
3?
I mean, you can set it at 3 or over, and we can say push if we wanted.
No, let's do 3. Okay, we'll make it 3.5.
3.5. Okay,
3.5.
so I got to choose 3 or 4. All right.
Yeah.
Conference games. Ooh, they got a tough out of conference. Holy crap.
Well, Prime wanted it that way.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, give me Arizona State. Give me Stanford.
I'm
Arizona.
going under 3.5 for sure. I don't see them.
Wow.
I think 2.5 should have been the line. Personally.
I got 3. I got Arizona, Stanford, and Arizona State. I feel good about those 3.
Those are the 3 that I'm like.
You're not going to beat Oregon State as good as they've gotten this year. You're not going to beat Oregon at Oregon, UCLA at UCLA, Utah at Utah. Maybe Washington State. Like that's the one that I'm looking at.
Could they trip up USC?
No, absolutely not. No. They'll score points on USC, but they're not going to be able to stop USC's offense. Woo!
Even with all those transfers coming in?
Can they beat Washington State at Washington State?
I don't think so.
Wazoo?
I don't think so. Not at Washington State.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Prime. Give me Prime. I'm gonna say they beat Washington
You
State.
got the 4? All right.
I'll take the 4.
I'm going under at 3.
I'll take the 4.
And I think it's going to be Arizona State, Stanford, and Arizona, all because the only one that they're not playing at home is Arizona State, but
Yeah.
that's again
there's
nobody
State
there.
lost 80% of their team.
There's nobody there. They're pulling kids out of the stands to come and fill.
Hey, you come here.
They put on pads and play.
What do you say?
I'll give them that 4.
Let's put a punishment on it.
Okay,
4 conference games.
I'm going through. I'm going under.
All right. Which way you going now? There's a punishment on it.
That's because of the punishment. But,
Alex isn't here. We'll let Alex decide the punishment.
oh, he's fucking hard, dude.
All right, we'll let a viewer. If a viewer tells us what type of non-lethal punishment they want to go for here, we'll take it. We'll do a punishment on it, and we'll get Alex involved in this. We'll make Alex choose one or the other as well. We'll give him no update. I'll text him in a second in the group and ask him what he wants.
Over under 3.5. Colorado
Conference wins this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
So-
I'm taking the under.
He's taking under. I'm going over. You need to make your decision as the show goes along. So I'm going to jump us back into this though, and I think what I want to play here is let's pick a winner, let's pick a dark horse, and let's pick a team with the best improvement in the conference this year. Because I like that we did that a little bit with the Mountain West. So I'm going to tell you my winner. And I'm going to surprise some people a little bit, but I think they've done a really good job of adding in the transfer portal this year. Give me the Oregon Ducks taking the conference this year.
I like that too.
We're all on the same page.
Are we really?
Yeah, I was going to go Oregon as well. I like Oregon too.
No way.
Bet against it.
No
Bet against
way.
it.
I like Oregon too.
As good as USC is,
They tripped themselves up.
I think this is the year Bo Nix gets it done. He is, I think, steadily improved since leaving Auburn. I mean, he was decent at Auburn, but I think he's only gotten better at Oregon.
Well, this plays into his style so much better than Oregon.
You mean
Auburn?
Yeah, you know what I meant.
So, but yes, I was looking at
And
this.
then you get Dan Lanning to come in too.
Yes,
Well,
I was looking.
Dan Lanning was there last year, but I think there was just a year of transition for the Ducks last year where you had a brand new quarterback coming in, a brand new coach coming in, brand new schemes coming in. I'm actually kind of,
now that they have a year together under their belt.
yeah, right. And I mean, Will Steen is a questionable OC, I think is the best way to say it. I think there's been some controversy about, him not matching Bo Nix with the best style for him. But I think that after a year together, they're going to find the right route.
So I don't know, but yeah, I was after looking at it, I felt good with picking Oregon myself.
Yeah. I think the other thing about USC that makes me nervous, I owned them last year in our college fantasy league, watched a lot of their games. USC's defense was bad last year, like just flat out freaking bad. They gave up 409 points last year, and so, which by the way, not a single other team in this conference besides Arizona and Colorado gave up 400 points. Think about that. And so I look at their defense and I say, what made them better this year? What's going to make them better this year? I don't see anything, right?
Yeah.
Well, the sad part is Lincoln Riley got offense in the transfer portal, but didn't go get a bunch of defensive studs to make his defense better.
Right.
So that's why I think Oregon's going to be able to step up over USC this year and win.
Because they can actually stop somebody.
Yeah.
The USC's got to score 50 to even consider winning the game. It seems like.
Yeah. I think Utah's got another good shot at it, too. For my Utah Utes fans that are sitting at home going, we won last year, what's going to hold us back this year? I think y'all got a really great shot at it. The reason
Kincaid leaving?
Dalton Kincaid's leaving, and they also lost their best defensive player, which can make a difference. And so,
Right.
for Utah, ultimately, you do
You
have
lost
to replace
two really key players.
pieces. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we've all picked Oregon. I guess give me a dark horse. So anybody below these top four in odds.
Oh,
So-
I was going to say Washington's a dark horse, but
Nah, I mean, Washington's the number 3 team in
Yeah.
odds, so I don't think we can call them a dark horse.
all
So
right, give me Oregon State then.
okay, all right,
Give me Corvallis.
okay. Oregon State, I like it.
No, I don't like UCLA anymore.
No.
I thought I did, but I don't.
Losing that quarterback really is going to hurt them.
Golly. Out of the top 4, we say the top 3.
So
Outside
outside
of
of the top 3 odds, which are USC, Washington, Oregon, and Utah.
I think it's got to be Oregon State. Yeah, I don't think Washington State has enough to do it. Yeah, I think it's got to be Oregon State if you had to pick here.
Okay, I think that's fair. I mean, Oregon State really balanced team last year, played good defense, ran the football well, just kind of almost like a SEC style team last
Right,
year,
yeah.
which was a little surprising. But UCLA did go in the transfer portal. I'm trying to remember the kid's name that's going to come in and play quarterback for them this year. He was actually really good. I think he was at Kent State. Yeah, he was at Kent State. Colin Shelley?
Shalee.
So, 6'3", 200-pound kid. It came out of high school as a 3-star, entered the transfer portal last year as a 4-star. But as you can see, I mean, 14 transfers coming to UCLA this year. So, gonna take my run at it. I think if I'm gonna take a dark horse, it's a team that's gonna have to congeal quickly because you're gonna be in a good conference with some tough opponents. And I want to say they have they have Coastal Carolina, which is not
A pushover.
not a pushover
I know.
at home first day in September.
Shoot, even San Diego State wasn't bad
Yeah.
last year, right?
San Diego State,
Yeah,
another
we just talked about
team. We
them.
talked about them in the Mountain West. If you haven't seen that video, right here in the corner. But yeah, I mean,
North Carolina Center's going to destroy them.
North Carolina Central. Hey, dude, that triple option's dangerous, ain't it? Triple option's hard to defend. So, but their first conference game is at Utah.
Yeah.
So that's a serious. You got 3 games to get your shit together. UCLA.
Well, you're at Utah, you're at Corvallis, you're at Stanford.
Well, Stanford shouldn't be a problem.
No, but you're at Southern Cal.
No, but
at the end of the
I'm still
season.
saying
But-
you're still away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, gonna be.
Well, shit, their home games are away too. They play like 45 minutes off the campus.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, back to the deep sleepers here. Who would we like to take here on the deep sleepers in the Pac-12? So, not deep sleepers. Give me your team that you think is going to improve the most this season in the Pac-12.
I think Colorado improves the most. I mean,
Colorado
to
definitely
say-
has to be the one who most improves out of this.
I'm about to say, if you to win 2 games, well, that's an improvement.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
say
think
depends
Prime's
on what you consider an improve. Like
I would say, I would
if they
say
win
Colorado.
if they win 3 games, that's 300% better than what they. Like is that?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at let's say Arizona State flips it because they did well in the transfer portal and all of a sudden goes 9-3. That's that's the most improved team. Or even if Arizona State flips it and gets to 6 wins, where Colorado only gets to 4 wins, that's a bigger improvement.
But where Arizona State, if you say got to 6 wins,
Yeah.
why? I mean, they're both 3 games better than what they were last year.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
I'm going to go Colorado's going to have the most improvement just
I-
because
you
of
almost-
what Prime brought in and Prime's mentality and coaching that team.
Yeah.
I think Colorado's going to have the most improvement.
I think you almost have to say so. I mean, you won 1 game last year.
Yeah.
Anything
Anything
is better.
Yeah.
Anything is better than.
Even
But-
yeah.
But I mean, it's it's kind of
Like Adam said, even if you win 3 games, that's a 200% improvement.
yeah. I mean,
So I mean,
with 2 games better than what we were last year. Let's go from 3. Let's go to 5 next year.
Okay.
Yes.
So
And what if we just go off of win total then? Who of these, I guess, bottom teams, Arizona, Cal, Arizona State, Stanford, Colorado, wins the most games?
wins the most?
Yeah.
I think Cal probably gives you the best opportunity. I think
Is Brandon McElwain still over there?
I don't know. That's
I don't like.
years.
I mean, Arizona
Jesus.
wasn't great either.
None of those teams were great.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Give me Stanford to be the better one of those bottom feeders. Though.
Okay.
If you're going that route as far as what you just
Yeah,
said,
sure. I think
Stanford would be the. I would just because of their prestige and where they come from and what they've historically what they've done. I would give them the better
they got
better
rid of
odds. But
got
I
rid
think
of Coach
Colorado
Love.
is the one that most improves.
Yeah, got rid of Coach Love. So I think Adam's right for sure. And the more I look at this, the more there's no way to say that Colorado is going to be the most improved team because the truth is they're going to go from 1 win to probably 6 wins. They're probably
Right, they're going to make a bowl game.
And so, they're probably going to be the one that ends up with the most improvement no matter what, because you're not going to find Stanford or Arizona State going from 3 wins to 8 wins to even match them.
Right.
So, just looking at these bottom 5 feeders, who walks away with the most wins is kind of the better question. So,
and
wow. So we got a Cal and we got a Stanford.
I was saying, 'cause I don't know if. Can I say I think could Colorado go 6-6?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you think Colorado 6 wins beats the rest of these teams, why not? I mean,
hell, I think Colorado could get 5 wins.
He already said they're going to be a 3 conference wins, so they got to win 3. They're 3 out of conference.
yeah.
Which
Man.
I think Colorado can get 5 wins.
Well, yeah, but that means they have to.
Win 2 out of the 3.
They have to beat TCU.
What was there?
That means they got to beat TCU.
I'm not sure if you already had it pulled up or not.
He did.
I did, but I exited out of it a second ago. Yeah, so we talked about we made the bet on 3 conference wins.
Yeah.
So are they going to beat?
But I
Nebraska,
think they can
TCU?
beat Colorado State,
They can beat Colorado State. They can beat Arizona State. They can beat Stanford. They can beat
Arizona.
They can beat. We're contemplating giving them Wazoo.
That's what I think they could wind up with 5 wins. And to be honest with you, I think Nebraska's one they could win.
Everybody's high on Nebraska this year. I don't know what that is, but they're high on Nebraska. So
They might go in and surprise the UCLA.
So
maybe. I'm you know what? I'm going to surprise some people here. I'm going to buy stock in Arizona here, a team that went 5-7 last year. I'm going to flip them to 7-5. I'm going to buy some stock in them. They have to get better at quarterback. I know they picked up a couple in the transfer portal, so they simply have to get better at quarterback. But I'll surprise some people here, and I think I'll take Arizona.
Okay.
So
yeah, I would say then to that point, if you could flip it from a losing to a winning record versus an even one, that's a better improvement than saying, hey, I won 4 extra games.
Yeah.
Still a losing record, but I won 4 more games. Or, hey, I won 2 more games, but I was 7-5. I have a winning record and almost certainly secured myself a bowl game.
Yeah, I'm going to play in a bowl game.
Yeah, I would say that's a better season than saying, I went from 1-11 to
4-9.
Yeah,
or 4-8.
4 and 8.
Yeah. So, fair enough. So, all right, hit us in the comments. Let us know who you think is going to win the 2023 Pac-12 championship. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.